So this is the My Plate quiz. So here's the first question. Which of these nutrients can you get from eating whole fruit that is not usually found in juice? So this is the differences between fruits and juices. So what are some of the things that are lost when we go from the whole fruit into the juice form? Correct. So most of you got it correct, or more than half of you got it correct. So fiber refers to the physical plant walls that are inside the fruit or the vegetable that we're talking about. So if you've ever seen a juicer, when you put all the fruit into the machine, you're left with this kind of like puck-shaped condensed disc of all the fiber and the pulp and the peel, the pith, all that kind of stuff that's part of the fruit that you can't eat while you're drinking juice. Vitamins are still maintained, minerals and sugar, all of that stuff is still maintained. It's the fiber that's really important that we can't see. So let's go to the next question, or we can't enjoy. So right now, Kavya is in the lead. So fiber is found in the pulp. Yeah, right, there we go. So fiber is found in the pulp of the fruit, like everything that I just explained. Which of the following is a good fruit of this of, oh, sorry, this is, which of the following is a good source of potassium, a mineral that is known to help regulate blood pressure? So it kind of gave it away with the gift that I have up there, but yes. So yes, so the right answer here is not just bananas. So while everybody may think that bananas are a really good source of potassium, apricots, orange juice, and bananas are all great sources of potassium. So while bananas are really good, you can also get potassium from a variety of sources, even including white beans, soybeans, vegetables like spinach and potatoes. You can get it from fish and low-fat yogurt and milk. Which of the following counts as part of the fruit group? So we have canned peaches, 100% orange juice, dried apricots, or all of the above. Which of the following counts as a member of the food group? So when you're building your My Plate, which of these would be considered part of your meal as, yes, correct. So all of the above, all of these. So it doesn't matter the fruit source, as long as there is a fruit present that counts towards the food group. So any fruit or 100% fruit juice counts as part of the food group. They can be fresh, canned, frozen, dried, or whole, cut up, or pureed. So there's a variety of ways that you can enjoy fruit. Fiber found in fruit is associated with which of the following health outcomes? So what does fiber do for our body? Does it maintain proper bowel function? Does it help build muscle, help make new blood cells, or does it strengthen our bones? Correct. So it is maintaining proper bowel function. So Kavya is still in the lead there. So as part of an overall healthy diet, foods that contain a lot of fiber, such as fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, reduce the risk of heart disease. They protect against certain types of cancer. And most importantly, they help maintain proper bowel function. So with your bowel movements, a high fiber diet really helps push everything, all of your excrement and waste out in a very timely and also effective manner. Next question. How much of your plate should be fruits and vegetables? So if we're visualizing a plate, like the one that the person in the GIF is cutting up right now, how much of your plate should be fruits and vegetables? If you're having one meal, is it 1/4? Is it 1/3? Is it all of it? Or is it 1/2? Yes, so 1/2. So for those of us who said 1/4 and 1/3, you might have just been thinking about either one fruit or one vegetable. Fruits and vegetables together make up 2/4 or 1/2 of your plate. So Kavya is still in the lead there. What vitamin gives carrots and sweet potatoes its orange color? So is it vitamin O, folate, vitamin A, or vitamin D? This is kind of a tricky one, but you might be associating this vitamin with eye health, so that might be a clue as to which one it will be. Which of these vitamins have you heard is really good for your eye health? So it is indeed vitamin A. So vitamin A, also known as beta carotene, which is a form of vitamin A, gives these foods their orange color. So any type of orange food that you see in the grocery store, whether it be carrots or sweet potatoes, the orange color is provided by the beta carotene, which is a form of vitamin A. So it's a plant pigment molecule, meaning that it provides the color to a plant. It's really good for eye health, the immune system, and reproduction. What is the name of the sugar found naturally in milk? And you might have heard of this. If someone is maybe intolerant towards the, oh, well, there we go. Yes, everyone knew this one. So if you've ever heard of the term lactose intolerance, it refers to people who can no longer digest the sugar that is found in milk, which is indeed lactose. Which of these is a calcium option for people who are lactose intolerant? Lactose-free milk, kaolin collard greens, calcium fortified soy milk, or all of the above? Also, for those who are vegan or may not consume dairy options, all of the above, correct. So lactose-free milk, calcium fortified soy milk, kaolin collard greens, all of these are really great sources of calcium for non-dairy sources of calcium. What important mineral is found in all foods in the dairy group? Is it fiber, vitamin C, riboflavin, or calcium? What important mineral is found in all of these foods? Correct. Calcium is the mineral that is found in all of these foods. Biba was killing it with 3 in a row. Nice job. Which of these dairy products contain healthy bacteria, also known as probiotics? Is it ice cream, yogurt, milk, or cheese? You've probably heard this term before as well, probiotics. Yes, correct. Yogurt is a good example of this. So if anyone knows the way that yogurt is formed, there's a lot of different bacteria involved in the process of converting pure milk to the solidified, creamy, textured yogurt. So a lot of these bacteria, also known as probiotics, are really important for our gut health and for maintaining our overall immunity. So yogurt is a really great source of these probiotics. But one thing that I'd like to add is it's not just about the probiotics or the bacteria. You also need to feed the bacteria that exists in your body. So a lot of things that are really beneficial for that bacteria include high fiber foods, lots of different vegetables, and a heavy whole grain diet. All of these things contribute to maintaining that gut microbiology system that you have going on. How many cup equivalents of foods from the dairy group are recommended for adults each day? So 1 cup equivalent, how many are recommended for adults each day from the dairy group? This kind of talks about how our needs, our nutrition needs are different as we age. Someone who's 6 months old versus someone who is 60 years old have very different nutritional needs depending on the stage of life that you're in and the stage of development that you're in. So none of you got this one. Interesting. So it's actually 3 cups. That is because the USDA and the FDA, like they've determined that people are not getting enough calcium. And a really great source of getting calcium is through dairy foods. So 3 cups a day is what is recommended for adults. So really think about your calcium intake and what are some things that you can do to increase it, because it's really important for your bone health and your overall health. We're almost at the end. What is the best way to know that the bread you are buying is whole grain bread? So does the bread taste grainy? Does the label say 100% wheat? Any ingredient include the word whole, or bread is brown in color? Correct. So a lot of the things you see in the grocery store, there's a lot of different legalities and terms that go into it. So legally, you cannot say something is whole grain unless it has the words whole in the ingredient list. So my best tip is to, whenever you're buying any foods moving forward, look at the back at the nutrition facts and the ingredients list. Look for the word whole, because anything else does not necessarily consider it a whole grain bread. The only way where legally and for sure that the food that you're consuming is a whole grain food is by looking at the nutrition label at the back of your food product. So keep that in mind when you're grocery shopping next time. So exactly, here's the whole spiel about this. So breads labeled with the words multigrain or 100% wheat are usually not whole grain products. So multigrain bread and 100% wheat can be whole grain products, but those words themselves cannot be legally associated with the word whole grain. So you have to look for the word whole in the ingredient list. Some examples include brown rice, oatmeal, popcorn, rolled oats, whole grain corn, and whole oats. Refined grains are grains that have been milled. So that's a process that removes the bran and the germ. So if you know anything about the structure of a grain, those are all different components of it. Refined grains focus on the starchy aspect of that component. The rest of it is removed or stripped away, and that's done to give it a finer texture, a lighter color, and to improve its shelf life. But it removes a lot of the health benefits that are associated with those grains. So it removes the iron, it removes the fiber, and many of the B vitamins. So the next time you have the choice between whole wheat or whole grain bread versus white bread, pick the one that has the whole grains in it, because those are the ones that has more fiber, iron, and B vitamins. It's a really easy switch that you can make, whether it be a sandwich, whether it be the next recipe that you make with different types of flour. Try adding different whole grains to it. One thing that my family does, even if we're making chapati dough, we'll add different things like rolled oats to it. We'll add things like quinoa to it. All of these things will add more fiber to just rather than plain flour. So think about that the next time you're cooking. And our very last question, which of the following are examples of refined grains? Oatmeal, white rice, bulgur, which is a type of cracked wheat, or all of the above? So white rice is the example of a refined grain. If you've ever seen the process of husking or removing the husk or the hull from rice, it involves stripping that outer layer so that the white starchy part of the grain is still there. So white rice is an example of a refined grain. Brown rice, for example, would be an example of a non-refined grain or a whole grain, because the entire part of the germ and the bran and the starch is all maintained in the grain. So let's see who wins. So in third place, answering 9 out of the 13 questions, is Doraemon. In second place, also answering 9 out of the 13 questions correctly, is Kavya. And in first place, also answering 9 out of the 13 is Mehek. So congratulations to you three. If you ever play this game next time, the quicker you answer a question, the more points you get. That's why all of you have only answered 9 questions out of the 13, but Mehek was probably the quickest with her answer. So that's why she won. So thank you all for playing. I hope you learned a little bit of information about various foods, and know that the My Plate resource is a really great way to balance your meals.